Manifestation starts with awareness. And when you realize that you are not a victim of any circumstance, you are an active participant of life, you realize that you have the power to choose. You hold the power to liberate yourself. You have the power to choose what thoughts to listen to, what feelings to listen to. You can choose to change your perspective at any time in life. The choice is yours in every area of life. But first, you need to. Hey everyone, welcome back to Just Like Magic with Julia. Today we are talking about the power of choice and why it is so important to know that you hold so much power and that your choices in life hold so much power. This is something that's really near and dear to my heart because the way that I learned this lesson happened at a very sentimental time during my life, and I'll share that a little bit with you later on in this video. But for now, do not forget to like this video, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. So without further ado, let's get started. No matter who you are in life, what you're currently experiencing, what your wildest dream is, what circumstances you've been through, you hold the power of choice. You hold the power to change your choices in any way that you see fit. But before we can talk about the power of choice, we have to talk about change. The number one thing I hear when I speak about manifestation and choices is this fear of change. A lot of people feel that change is scary, but change is also necessary. Think about all of the things that you would like to manifest, or all of the positive things that have happened in your life thus far. They all have required some sort of change at some point in your life. The thing about change is no matter how much you fear it, it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. Change is inevitable for every single person living on this earth. I think a lot of people tend to fear change because they fear that they're losing comfort or control. But little do you know that the power of choice will actually put control back into your hands. Manifesting isn't just about vision boarding. It's not just about affirmations. It's not just the 369 method. Those things are all great and they can help your manifestations. But manifestation is about choosing your actions, choosing the things in your life that you would like to see become reality. Manifesting is about the choices we make every single day. Any manifestation that you can think of requires a level of change. Manifestation is a belief system that the energy that you put out is what shows up in your reality. All of the choices are solely in your hands. We all have parents, we all have friends, we all have partners who want to see us do X, Y, and Z, but ultimately the potential is yours. The choice is yours. You get to choose what you do according to what fulfills you. You get to choose what kind of person you want to be and what you get to do with your life. I think a common thing that comes up for most people when hearing about the choices we have is, well, what about the things out of my control? How do I choose what's right for me when things are out of my control? The truth is, there will always be things out of your control in life. But the one thing that will always remain in control of is ourselves, no matter what the circumstance. There's always a choice. We have the power to choose our reactions. We have the power to choose how we show up. When I personally think about the power of choice, I always think about this particular time in my life that was a wake-up call to me in a lot of different regards. It was a mental, emotional, and spiritual awakening for me. When I was entering college and I had to write my college admissions essay, I actually wrote it on my grandmother's choice to leave Cuba and how her choice ended up influencing and impacting my life to where now I was able to choose to receive a higher education, and how ultimately the choices that we make in life create a huge butterfly effect. A few months after submitting that essay, I received some really tragic news that my cousin, who was like a brother to me, passed away. It was like my reality changed from one day to the next. I remember being on the plane going to his funeral and just like thinking about life and how people always say life is short, and you grow up and you hear that phrase. But I remember it hitting very near and dear to my heart because I was experiencing it firsthand in real time. My cousin was 22 when he passed away, and I really got to experience that in that moment. I remember I was sitting on the plane and I just kept thinking about the way I was living and about life in general and everything up until that point that had occurred. I felt like I was on a good path, but I really wasn't chasing my dreams. I wasn't going after what I really wanted. And I didn't think certain things were possible at that point. And it wasn't until that day that I had chose to abandon fear and to step into faith and really just begin to walk the path of my dreams. But it was only because I made the conscious choice to view my cousin's passing from a perspective of growth. Now, let me clarify. This definitely still means that I grieved and mourned my cousin. I was devastated, and it took months of grieving, and till this day I'm still not over it completely. But in that moment, I chose to turn his life and what he meant to me into something that continuously till this day inspires and motivates me. That being said, we all have choices, and there are three main ones that I want to go over today. These three choices have the potential to change the way that you view your own power and control over your own life, but to also increase the way that you manifest more meaningful desires into your own life. The first choice that I want to talk about is the choice of perspective. First, you need to know that while we don't always have control over the rest of the world, we always have control over the lens in which we view it. Your perspective in life is absolutely everything. For the sake of your own happiness and fulfillment, if nothing else, choose to have a growth perspective. A growth perspective means believing that while things may sometimes be challenging or even discouraging, you can grow, evolve, and learn from these challenges. It means not seeing obstacles as things that prevent you from getting what you desire, but as detours that will teach you things along the way. How you see the world will determine your experience in it. And I know that if you're watching this video right now, you want to have the best experience as possible. You begin to view your own goals with patience and with progress because you truly have an understanding that the things that are important in life, aka your dreams and your goals, don't always happen overnight and are worth taking time. You begin to attract the best experiences into your life because your overall energy shifts. And you begin to see things that you thought you could never do as things that you'd figure out or you'll figure out along the way. Manifestation thrives on growth and positivity. And when you choose to adapt to this mindset, you are naturally going to be more open. And when you're more open, you're naturally ready to evolve into your dreams. Okay, so I know what you're probably thinking. How do I begin to shift into this mindset? How do I begin to transform from I'm stuck to I'm growing? There are definitely a few different ways that you can do this. Now, I know we all love it when things just go our way. Trust me, I'm Queen Virgo. Things go my way. When things don't go your way, it can be discouraging, and I understand that. I love it when things go my way. Like I said, Queen Virgo, okay? But when things don't, ask yourself, what's the lesson here? Sometimes the universe, God, life in general will throw us a detour. And because we get so trapped into this mental state of discouragement, we don't see the detour as just a detour. We see it as a dead end. But when you're faced with situations that are discouraging, question them. Question them by exploring how you can improve next time and show up next time. There will be a next time until you get what you want. Something that I also love to do that really supports a growth mindset, in my opinion at least, is adding yet to limiting or doubtful thoughts that I catch myself having. So if I'm saying in my head, I'm not good at public speaking yet. I'm not good at public speaking yet. Why am I limiting myself? Somewhere, sometime in life, maybe I will get better at it, right? I don't want to put a cap on my growth. I don't want to put a cap on my success. Now, there are some things that are exceptions. I am notorious for not being an athlete. So I will accept that statement, okay? I'm not athletic. I won't put a yet at that end just because it's safe to say that that's a no for me. But look, if it happens in life, it happens in life, right? But the things that I wouldn't mind improving in or feel as though those things are necessary skills to support my own dreams, right? Add a yet to those statements. Be open to growth. Be open to self-improvement. You never know when things can shift for you. Choosing a growth mindset will allow you to live a life that feels expansive and exciting. Choosing this shift transforms being reactive to the circumstances in your life to being proactive. And again, puts the power back into your own hands. And we love it when the power is in our hands. Okay, so another powerful choice that you have in life is the choice of identity. This choice refers to the fact that you get to choose who you are, who you show up to be in life every single day. This refers to how you define yourself, how you show up, what boundaries you set, who you surround yourself with, who you identify to be in this life. It also means that you get to choose to align your decisions and actions with your authentic self and authentic dreams. Now, if you want to learn more about how to operate in your authenticity and why you should do so, and how being your authentic self will also unveil more authentic desires that you have that you want to manifest, your girl's got a video for it, so I'm going to link it below. Manifestation isn't just about getting something, it's about becoming the version of yourself that already has it. Whatever you envision your dream to be, start acting like you already have it. For example, let's just say your dream is to be successful at being an influencer. That successful version of you, who is already an influencer, a baddie influencer out here, isn't going to be doubting the decisions you make, isn't going to be double guessing each post that you make, isn't going to be taking on extra responsibility. She's not going to be saying yes to things that drain her when she needs to be out here looking cute, taking pictures, researching influencing, researching how to grow your following. She can't be doing things like that. She can't be around toxic people who are jealous, that are going to hate on every picture she posts. Because guess what? If you're doubting your pictures, if you're doubting your decisions, your following is going to sense that and it may not grow. If you're saying yes to people who drain you or responsibilities and tasks that you know you can't take on because you don't have time, you're not going to have time to grow your following. And so that successful version of you isn't going to thrive. So you have to start now. The successful version of you is already saying no to the things that drain you. It's already blocking the people who don't support your dream. She's following the path of your vision right now. When you choose to align your actions with your authentic identity, the universe doesn't have a choice but to match it. In order to really create an authentic identity, you need to align how you see yourself with the version of yourself that's ready to manifest and create. You need to be clear on the kind of person that you want to be, not just what you want to have. Using myself as an example, I always know that a core value and attribute to myself is that I always want to help others in some capacity, whether it's in my job, whether it's just in my extracurricular activities like this channel. I always want to be helping others. I want to create community. I want to have feedback from others, and I always want to be engaging. So the way that I do that is I have to show up as my best self if I'm going to be giving back to others. And I'm always thinking of ways that I can show up for others while using my experiences as a mold. When you align those two versions of yourself, you set the tone for your choices. When you see yourself a certain way, whether you're caring and compassionate, whether you're ambitious and resilient, whether you're capable and adaptable, you will naturally make decisions that reflect those attributes. In order to do this, you also have to let go of labels that are from the past and that no longer serve you. This is really important because it goes back to that choice of perspective we were talking about before. If we carry old labels with us, we're choosing to see ourselves from an old lens, a lens of the past. And that lens of the past will only limit your capabilities for the future. Your self-talk shapes your self-concept. And when you choose to let go of limiting labels, you're choosing to recreate how you see yourself and open up space to grow into new labels. And when you work on your perspective and your identity, the final component to the mix is action, the choice of action. And I don't know why everyone thinks action is so hard. I feel like everyone thinks the action component is always the hardest, but I promise you it's not the action component. It's either that your perspective or identity isn't right. But I digress. When you really think about manifesting, it's really all about doing. Choice of action refers to the fact that you have the power to choose intentionally about the decisions you make and the things that you do. Examples of the choice of action can be the way that you choose to react, the environments that you put yourself in, the crowd that you engage in. Actions are how you prove to the universe that you're serious about what you desire. But the thing is, what I never understand is that people always struggle with taking action, yet fail to realize that you have the complete choice to take these actions. Nothing in life is making you do what you want. The only thing that could be preventing you from not doing something you want to do is fear of failure, which is rooted in self-doubt, which is rooted in perspective. And maybe we got to do a whole other video on fear of failure, but you get to choose how you show up. You get to choose what you want to do. You get to choose who you want to be. And so if you're choosing who you want to be by choice, the action component of it shouldn't be a struggle or as hard as it may seem if you really want it. Another reason people usually get nervous about taking action is because they feel like it requires this big event of change, this big event of consistency or dedication. But really, it's the small actions, the more intentional and mindful actions you choose to engage in every single day that will end up manifesting the life that you want. The key to taking action is to make sure that you're choosing actions that align with your goals and the bigger picture that you see for yourself. When you're aligned and your actions align with your deeper purpose, they get easier to take and they're more meaningful. I would say the biggest 3 actions that everyone has the choice of making is the environment you put yourself in, how you choose to implement boundaries, and whether you choose to live with a resilient mindset. In terms of boundaries, when you begin to say no, when you begin to prioritize yourself, your wants, your needs, you free up all of this emotional, mental, even spiritual in some cases, space that you can now dedicate to your vision, to your dream, right? Boundaries are necessary for everything, but boundaries are especially necessary in manifesting your life and in the power of choice. Because if you don't make a choice to implement boundaries and prioritize your dreams, you'll never do them. You'll never get them. In terms of environment, the biggest choice, I don't care who says otherwise, the biggest choice that you will make in life is deciding who you get to spend your time with and whether or not those people are going to support you and support your dreams and be a positive influence or the opposite. At some point, no matter what, you can put all your time, all your effort, all your emotions into your dreams. If your circle isn't right for you, they will be the biggest influence in your life. Your circle reflects your goals, and you get to choose whether you want to naturally stay motivated within your circle or not. And in terms of resilience, resilience is the choice that you have to never abandon your vision and your dream. Resilience refers to the choice you have to learn and adapt to setbacks. Resilience will always determine whether you persist, and persistence strengthens your relationship not only with the universe and with God, but with yourself. These 3 choices are the ultimate ways that you can take your power back and create the life that you dream. These choices emphasize the control that you have over the direction of change in your life. And they are the keys to taking ownership of your own path and your own dreams. That being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please let me know what else you want to see. I really enjoy making these videos for you guys. Let me know where you are at in your manifestation journey in the comments. What have you been choosing lately? Let me know. I wish everyone blessings and success. Bye.